York County's finest.
We're still getting it
County's
together.
finest.
Katie
Wow.
Mahone.
So I'm either setting a high bar or there's no bar. So
I mean,
it's
after
like
you,
a win-win.
we're done pretty much. I think after this.
It'll be
argument.
tough to
No,
top.
no,
I
no,
think.
I mean, you can't top this episode. Trying the hardest to.
Make it easy for you.
That's
That's
making it
what
easy
we're
for
doing.
me. You're making my eye twitch. Is what happened.
Making my eye twitch. What do you want to know about me?
I want to know everything about you. What brought you to Pennsylvania? Where are you from? What do
My
you do?
origin story?
Your origin story.
All right.
Start with that.
So I moved to York 12 years ago. I came from Western PA, the Pittsburgh area.
Okay.
So I came out here. I took a job at the YWCA of York doing special events. And decided I liked York and wanted to build my life here. So 12 years now, and now I'm at the York County Economic Alliance, which will be 7 years. It's hard to believe.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah,
What's your position there?
I'm Chief Marketing and Business Development Officer.
Okay. So you do a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything: marketing, membership, special events, fundraising, all the cool stuff in downtown. That's my team too. So.
And we can add a link, obviously, to.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Absolutely.
We'll add a link to that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We're in the business of promoting, so that's what we do.
Take
so.
my do-rag off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So in downtown York, April 27th, we have Go Green in the City.
Okay.
So that's a street fair that we do, free, open to the public, family friendly. There will be bounce houses this year. There's alpacas that you can pet. So
Really?
that's very enticing. So yeah, 10 to 3. It's supposed to be kind of like green, healthy living. Go green in the city, but now we kind of even just say that it's just like local living, sustainable stuff. So you get a lot of local vendors. So it's a great showcase. We had about 70 vendors there,
Oh,
7,000
wow.
people that passed through.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's pretty substantial.
And what's the date on that?
April 27th, 10 to 3 on Beaver Street in downtown York. So if you know where White Rose is, that's all you need to know, and it'll guide you right there. So yeah, that's
I know
probably
White
the
Rose.
coolest
I
one.
go there on Tuesdays for Taco Tuesday.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one.
With the loans and the grants
Yeah.
that you guys offer for businesses, so let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, so we offer capital for small businesses through the Bloom Business Empowerment Center. So that can be grants, which are, $2,500 micro grant. You need some new signage, you're starting a website, you're buying apparel, things like that. Or up to like much larger projects through loans. So if you're buying a new building, you're buying equipment, big kind of capital expenses. And we're in the process of becoming it's called a CDFI, which is similar to like Community First Fund in Lancaster. So we have really competitive interest rates, and we can take a little bit more like risky loans. So if there's somebody that had filed for bankruptcy at some point, you've got student loan debt from something where a traditional bank might say you're really close, we can fund you. So
Right.
we're covered with that. So we've got $500,000 to put right back into the community. We've got revolving loan funds, so as those loans get paid back, they go right back out as well. And then we do different rounds of micro grants as well. So I kind of always say too, if you're a small business and you're looking for any kind of funding, you have an idea, you're not even sure if you'll be eligible, just come talk to us, because if it's not us, we probably have a partner for it. If you're not ready for a loan now, but we could help get you ready for a loan in 6 months. Things like that. So we're really here to be a business resource. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, because you guys do a lot in the community, and especially for small businesses, and with the programs and the classes to help people start up businesses.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. The classes
I
too.
did take
Yeah.
those classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So we also offer small business education courses.
Right.
So anything from like Business 101 Startup to 201. And even some boot camps that can dive in a little bit more. So if you've got questions about accounting and finance, or questions about marketing, having the experts in the fields really sit down with you and say, well, let's talk through what your questions are, get you into a good place. So it helps a lot of businesses figure out like what their business plan is, how they want to move forward, or that next level. If you've been in business for a couple years and trying to figure out your next position of growth, where do we want to go from here? So we offer those couple different rounds throughout the course of the year. So we've got one going on right now, and I think next week's class is about like finance and management. So
Are those paid courses or
free? Yep, free, open to the public. We do some online, but we try to do most in person. We have them at Crispus Attucks downtown.
Okay.
We give dinner with that. Some people have to they bring their children as well, because that's if you're a single parent, you're trying to run a business and you've got a little one at home, like there's nobody to watch that little one. We're like, bring them along. So we help with childcare and everything for that. So we really try to remove all the barriers for that so that people can kind of get the help that they need. And because we also want, anybody can start a business, but we want it to be successful. We want it to continue to grow.
Right.
So like, let's help you figure out how you can do that and remove those barriers that might be your reasons for like, oh, I can't go meet with an accountant because I'm working a full-time job. I've got a little one at home. It's like, well, bring them with you and let's work things out here together. So
that's like one aspect of it. Another aspect of it that I gained from was the networking part of it.
yeah.
You get to meet a lot of different people starting new businesses or people that have businesses. A lot of the other big corporation owners go up and they show up for like the
the
awards dinner,
graduations,
the
stuff.
graduations
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. We have a lot of especially like business banking partners. So Fulton Bank and M&T Bank, they're sponsors of the program. PNC, so they're great relationships to build because at some point you're going to open bank accounts, you're going to go for loans or any other kind of program that they have. And I think it's great too. I mean, you're a small business owner, but to be able to talk with other people and other small businesses and find ways to work together, or figure out like how to work through challenges. You're like, oh, I had a similar challenge. How did you work through it? Like, oh, that's a great idea. I hadn't thought of that. So there's such a nice sense right now too of like collaboration in the community. There's not nearly as much. There used to be like a lot of competitiveness, but now it's really this sense of collaboration and working together and pulling together and like. Even if you're in the same industry, it's like, let's work together and find, you've done that with other partners too. It's like, there's enough to go around. Let's all figure out things together instead of trying to be on an island. So,
do you know how many people live in York? Just curious.
What is the city residency 56,000?
I think that's what I
I think that's what the city number is. I'm not sure what the county is, but I think the city it's either 56 or 65.
So just you saying there's enough to go around, it just made me think like how many people are actually here, right? And then each person for each business, there's so many different businesses, and I don't know, I'm looking at it in both ways. From one, in the sense of I definitely as a small business owner myself, I had no idea, you know what I mean, and I'm just like, wow, now the light bulb. That's why you said you could you don't need any questions because I have a million questions. I just had to hear you talk a little bit.
Absolutely.
But I'm also looking at it from the consumer side,
Sure.
Basically, how do we work together? Because there's 500,000 people. Not everybody's going to be able to facilitate everyone. At the same time. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's basically what I was thinking of when you said collaboration over competition, because I come from that background where it is competition.
Sure.
I have a strong sales background, door-to-door sales even.
That's tough. That's really tough.
I've done door-to-door sales here in New York, and I apologize to anybody if you see me knock on your door. Selling all different types of stuff, steaks. And I don't even want to go. Anyway. But I know how tough it is for a small business owner, and also for just to get that transition across from starting to actually having a business. Like
for Bloom, one of the lines that we've been using is like turn your side hustle into a full hustle. Because there's a lot of people that start businesses because they do it on the side or they do it part-time, and it's the thing, and they do it because they love it. But it doesn't pay the bills and it's not sustainable. So it's like, well, what can we do through education, through funding, through relationship building, to get that so that the thing that you love is the thing that's paying your bills. That's really what you want. What do they say? Like, if you love your job, you never work a day in your life or something. So it's trying to kind of bridge that gap, which we really noticed a lot of that, like having a lot of small businesses that just couldn't quite get to making it profitable, or they had a really great craft but didn't know how to actually turn that into a business model. I use the example too, like if you're really great at like making cupcakes, if you're like, you should do this full time, and you're like, all I can do, I'm making the cupcakes, I'm really good at it. What's everything else? How am I getting everything in and finding a vendor space, and how am I selling my product, and how am I getting customers, and how am I marketing myself? So there's a lot of things that even if you're good at one piece of it, as a small business owner, you have to be good at all of it.
Exactly.
Or know the right people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like juggling your personal and business, and then for some people, a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Which is It's what I did for a long time.
Most people that are starting out still have that 9 to 5 while they're trying to do their quote unquote side hustle.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, I took the leap this year. I said,
it's like,
good for you.
Thank you.
Coaching track and
listen, I even tried to backtrack like yesterday. So it's like
starting something like that's a big step.
Oh yeah,
It
absolutely.
can be scary at times, and that's why it's good to have an organization like this.
Yeah.
And you guys have the trail towns, which is great.
Yeah.
That reaches out to like all the smaller communities in York County.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the York County Trail Towns program leverages. So the York County Heritage Rail Trail is 21 miles through York County, and there's all these adorable, fantastic, incredible little communities like along the way. Downtown York being one, but there's 7 of them. So I name them all. Yeah, downtown York, New Freedom, Railroad, Glen Rock, Wrightsville, Hanover. Who am I missing? Oh, Seven Valleys.
Yes.
There's always one. I miss a different one each time. But the whole point of that program is to get trail users to say, you're coming and using the rail trail, which is awesome, but why don't you come off and solicit the businesses along the trail that are calling that place home. So there's overnight accommodations, so you could come in, you could bike up one side, spend the night, bike down the next side the other day, or hike or whatever you want to do. But grabbing lunch, getting involved, there's special events, there's a lot of things that are next to the trail. So that's been a great driver too, and the communities have been so fantastic with it, and it just continues to grow. We have over 50 trail friendly businesses now, so they all get a designation that says.
Well, that grew.
But yeah, it really did. Yeah. So it just basically says like we're trail friendly to users that want to come in. Right. So they might have public restrooms, a place you can refill a water bottle, maybe get cleaned up, grab a snack, things like that.
The bike racks that you guys are
bike
offering
racks,
now.
yep. Yeah, we just did another round of bike rack installation as well.
I saw you gave Ophelia one. In the city,
Yep. Yeah, in downtown York, put a couple in the Weko district there, which is awesome. Because you get a lot of trail users that come down there and are looking for a coffee shop or something, and so it's really grown. So it's such a fun program too.
It is. And they do like a lot of events, like you did the what's the one in the winter with the ice?
Festivice. Yeah. The Revs did that. But we brought it to the trail towns and stuff. So just any excuse you can get to get people into those communities. So which is growing more and more. And they do a great job too. Like Northern Central Railway, they've done like really unique things as well to get people involved and market their own stuff as well. So that really kind of takes off too, because they just did they do like the train with Santa, they did a pet one, those things like just take off like wildfire. So and then nobody ever comes and does like just that. So like, the communities have built up so much, especially New Freedom. Like it used to be like you went to the railway and then you left. You went back to Maryland. That's all you did. But now you're like, oh, we can go have lunch. We can get coffee. We can shop around. I mean, there's a lot of things, and you see that in those other communities as well.
Now they have all the breweries, so they do the.
Oh my gosh, so many breweries. Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's amazing, like how much so when I moved to New Freedom, what was it? It was 2020. It was during the pandemic. So like now, just in 4 years, that program has grown a lot. Like when I first moved there, I knew nothing about it. I was used to kind of doing everything on my own, and then I met you first. I met David. I met David first, and then David introduced me to everybody. And I started taking the courses, and then from there it was just being able to network.
Networking is so key.
It was key. It was you guys offer a lot of information, helping, like you said. Not knowing like the back end part of it, like how to start the business, like because there's so much you have to do just before you can actually open the doors, right? And they teach you all that what you need to do, making sure your license is right and doing all that other stuff.
And like you said, the networking being so key. When you say like collaboration is so important, it comes from getting out and people knowing who you are, because when they know you, they like you, they trust you, and then when they go to hire somebody in your field, it's like, well, I want to partner with them because I know them, or we took a class together, or I met them at this event. So that's the other thing too. It's always like, just come to stuff and meet people, because then when someone's like, oh, I really need a graphic designer, it's like, who did we just meet at that event? Like, and then you pull out that business card, or you have an email from someone, and you're like, all right, well, let's work with them then. So
absolutely,
but I love seeing
sometimes
that too.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, that's well said.
Right, don't get in that 2 started though. His eye starts twitching.
Right.
And it's over.
He's like, I'm peaked, so I'm good.
It's like, all right, the pre-workout's kicking in now.
The pre-workout's
kicking in. Definitely.
So the warmer months, we'll start kicking up First Friday in downtown York. So again, First Friday, we shut down Beaver Street, bring a bunch of vendors out, live music. There's always stuff going on. It goes on all year, but in the colder months, it's not quite as active. So so First Fridays kick up, especially in the warmer months, and downtown as a whole just kind of starts to bloom a little bit more. The revs are in action, so that helps, and it's always fun stuff.
Do you guys do like a I guess like during spring season when it starts getting nice out, do you do something to remind people to come back out for First Friday?
Yeah, we do. We start to do a lot more just like general marketing. So we have a budget now of like $300,000 that we put into just destination marketing in downtown York. So trying to drive people in from other parts of the county, but also Maryland, Lancaster, Lehigh Valley, pulling people in. So we really, we kind of quiet down around winter, but then we really start gearing that back up in the spring. So hopefully everybody starts to see more ads and stuff about like, oh, First Friday in downtown York, or just downtown York in general, like in your face all the time.
Right.
That's our intention. So, but it's cool too because we have new amenities. The Yorktown Hotel is only open a year. Yorktown. It's got awesome, beautiful rooftop, best view in York.
It's on my bucket list to go there when it's nice out for the rooftop.
Yes.
When we went there for you weren't there.
You did the lifestyle shoot was in the winter, but rooftop will open for Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays starting next weekend, March 16th, 17th. So it'll be open. Okay. And it's open pretty consistently. And there's an indoor space too, so I always remind people you want to go up there and see the beautiful view, but you can still go up there and hang out in the indoor space if you're like, this is a little
go outside, take pictures, and come back.
Oh yeah, I'm always out there. I'm like, look how beautiful it is, and then I'm like inside in the warmth. So it's only only been open a year now, so so it's still new for a lot of people. Like, oh, I've really been meaning to go check it out. And they do some cool local only promotions too to get people to come and spend the night, because it's like, why would you spend a night in a town of which you live? But they discount the rates really well, and you're like, all right. Stay in this hotel, and you can make a nice little day of it. Go on a little bar crawl through downtown and then crash to the Yorktown. It's like,
perfect.
Onto something. Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
Did they put the
write that down?
Yes, murals up.
That.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I still have to go check that out.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, last year we did a community mural for the Yorktown, and Ned was part of it, and so was Quentin.
Yep, Quentin
brought Quentin to that. We didn't bring Quentin today. But we did a community mural, so everybody could come in. It was on Give Local York last year, and everybody could come in and paint a little piece of the mural and be kind of now hang in the Yorktown forever. So it's it's pretty cool. It gets to be I painted part of the Y or whatever.
Yeah.
I painted some part that I couldn't screw
I think
up,
it was the window. I think that's what I did.
Is that what you did?
I think so. I don't know what it was.
You get to do whatever you want. No, but I don't remember.
I did this part of that.
I did this whole thing. I did this
Taking
half.
credit for it.
Yeah. So those things kind of gear up. Pretty big. Downtown New York's pretty active in the summer. So we'll gear up for all that.
Good. I like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I want to definitely get out. I'm more of a homebody.
I'm just naturally antisocial, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. Really? Which is weird because I'm in front of people all day.
No.
But I can stay home all day by myself and be fine.
Yeah, well, I get that too. My job is very forward facing. So it's you're so extroverted. I'm like, no, actually no.
So what do you call that? Is there a word for that? Because I'm trying to figure it out.
Introverted extrovert or extroverted introvert. I don't know.
Extrovert.
Yeah.
And extrovert.
Well,
I guess all of us have it then.
Yeah.
Because
a little bit, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think too when you have a job that you're really public facing, or you're running a small business where you're constantly out, you're constantly talking to people, you have to recharge. And for me, that's I'm like, oh good, I can go home and just not speak to anyone for a while. So but for some people too, on kind of the flip side, some of my my team that are a little bit more introverted and like designers and stuff, they love to go out to stuff because they spend most of their time at a desk or at a computer or do in a creative process that's very much just kind of their mind working, and then they crave just to kind of be out with people. So
for them, that's they're kind of shutting their brain down. So they're the opposite of us.
All the time I'm editing, I'm doing a lot of creative stuff musically, so I'm always in a creative space, and I feel we got to copyright it.
Yeah.
We're going to have to give each of us 33% or something.
33.3.
I will figure it out once I get it together.
Nobody's adding.
Right. Give a piece
of I can't do math. So.
Neither can I. I'm from Jersey. We don't count.
You're from Jersey. We don't have math there.
We don't have math. Just whatever.
I can just Google it.
That's what this is for.
Right. I'm always Googling, like, what's 27% of a number? Because I'm trying to figure that out. I'm like, there it is. Like, why would I do the math? They've made the internet. God has given you the internet. Use the tools provided. Like, I would be silly not
Everything's
to.
at your fingertips.
Sometimes I feel lazy, though. Like, are you typing in what's, like, 9 plus 2 in your calculator?
Sometimes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but we have become, technology is a gift and it's a curse, right?
Yeah.
It's a gift because you can have everything at your fingertips, but it's a curse because you don't think anymore. Because like we'd have to think, like, to remember, we used to have to remember phone numbers. Like I could go down to a payphone and remember all my friends' phone numbers without writing it down.
Yeah.
I barely remember my own phone number.
Yeah, I don't know mine.
I don't know mine.
I don't.
But the funniest thing is I can remember my first phone number from the house I lived in when I grew up.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's burning.
But I can't remember, like, if you told me your phone number, I wouldn't be able to remember it.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
You don't got the mental capacity. Like, I feel like, I don't know. We remember things that are drilled in, you know, or like we have repetition or familiarity with, you know. So, I mean, for most people, unless you have like photographic memory, but that's you right there.
Or what's that movie? The Accountant.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy. Yeah, no, that's a creepy type of memory right there. Basically, is there a membership? Is there a
for us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
So give her your email, she could send you.
Yeah, I can send you some information. Yeah, yeah, I would love that. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great program. You're definitely.
I meant to grab a business card when I left the house too.
I don't do the business card thing anymore because I have a business Bible at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think going into just the new age of how we're conducting business, I feel like the business card is outdated unless you're using it like a magnet. It's something that's gonna stick. Like
something we're gonna hold on to. Yeah.
And he's got it on his phone.
Yeah, I just tap my phone.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So I always have my phone.
Yeah, we always all have our phones. I know.
Or your wallet.
Or my wallet.
You should at least.
I have one of those. I just don't know what I do with it.
Your wallet?
No. Dot card.
Our Blue Business Development Center.
They do have a great team.
We have a phenomenal team.
Really
Out and about today, setting up events in the rain.
David and Sully were the first I got introduced to, and you guys have been great to me.
Yeah.
So. Well, good. Well, thank you for coming on.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.